Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kay, and today I'm going to be going through another highly requested video, which is how to answer any interview question that's competency based. So competency questions aren't the technical industry specific questions, but they're more questions designed to assess whether you'll be able to fit within a team or within a company based on certain skills. So this is applicable to all industries, not just within tech. But it's something I've practiced across the past 5 years, and it's something I apply using what's known as the STAR technique. And rather than explain to you what that is, I'll start off by giving you a demonstration of how it works. And just to make it interesting, I'm going to use a random topic generator just to generate a random topic, and I'm going to answer a common question based on that topic. So common question that people normally get asked is, tell me about a time where you failed at something. So I've got a random topic generator behind me. I'm going to see what I get. And we have cocoa. Okay, so a random interview question, which is, tell me about a time where you failed at something, and in the context of cocoa. Okay, so a few summers ago, I was working at a chocolate factory on an internship. I'd won the internship through a golden ticket. The chocolate factory was called Charlie's Chocolate Factory, and I was there with a few other people. And we were tasked with trying to create a chocolate bar, and we had to make it using exotic ingredients that aren't commonly used. And so we had a certain amount of time to create this chocolate bar, and essentially when we started, we were arguing between ourselves about which ingredients to use, the recipe, how we're going to make it, and we spent a lot of time just debating between ourselves, and we didn't have that much time to actually construct the chocolate bar in the end. So we did actually end up with a product that first time round, but it wasn't a very good product. So the feedback we had was it felt a bit rushed, it didn't taste very good, so clearly we hadn't taste tested it. So what we decided to do is we took that feedback on board. I suggested we go for a more democratic approach, so we have a certain amount of time allocated to how long we're going to spend on the planning stages, and we're all going to try and agree on what we definitely want in the chocolate bar, and if there's any discrepancies, we can go for a democratic approach where we vote on exactly what it is that we want in it. So that was actually a lot more effective because we got through the planning stages a lot more quickly, and we were able to move on to the construction and taste testing part of the chocolate bar. And because we had enough time to do that, the second time round, when Charlie tried it, he gave us really good feedback, and he said that this was actually good enough to go into production. So now the chocolate bar is going to be featured in the shelves of different supermarkets this coming Christmas. And yeah, overall it was a really enjoyable experience, and I definitely learned the impact that planning and how going for a more structured approach can have on the final outcome of your product. And you can see just how effective using the STAR technique is there. So what exactly did I do? So the random topic I used as a situation. Obviously there was a lot of improvisation there because I haven't worked in a chocolate factory. But what I normally tend to do is, if I'm not too sure about how I'm going to answer the question, I need a bit of time to think, I normally spend more time just describing the situation. So you can use that to kind of buy time in the interview. The task is basically an opportunity for you to demonstrate core competencies. So core competencies I normally demonstrate are interpersonal skills where there's communication involved, leadership where you take charge and you're the one who suggests something and try and get everyone else on board with that idea. And a really useful one is obviously you will fail a lot at certain things, so how you respond to failure. So there I used failure as an opportunity to learn and improve on, and then the action is kind of like exactly what you did, so that kind of links up to the task. So you have a problem, what did you do to solve that problem, what actions did you take? And the last bit is the result. So the result doesn't always have to be positive. You can leave it as a negative, but then describe what you would do next. So if in that situation the chocolate bar again wasn't very good, I could then describe what I would do next to make it better. But normally, like 90% of the time, I normally end with a positive response, just because it's easier that way. So yeah, you can see just how effective that technique is. What I've done across the past 5 years, so before then, I used to always struggle with competency-based interviews. I would normally get rejected at either the first stage or the HR stage, just because I wasn't sure how to answer those questions, exactly what the interviewers were looking for. So what I did is I used a question bank. I'll leave the link below, and I created 2 sample answers for every single question using the STAR technique. So after about 50 to 60 questions, you don't have to do every question, but after about 50 to 60 for myself, I felt very confident enough that I could pretty much answer most questions just on the spot. And using that technique, I could answer them in a structured, methodical way rather than kind of just waffling on, which is what I would do, and which is what I see a lot of graduates do actually. And it's not really the most effective way to answer questions by just, waffling and trying to throw random points in there. So yeah, that's essentially what this video wanted to cover. The STAR technique is really, really powerful. Definitely practice it, especially using the resources linked below. And if you like what you see, please do subscribe and like the video. Share it with anyone you think it will benefit. And I will see you in the next video. See ya.